Cancer, I like this. Cancer, I like this. Cancer, I like this. Cancer, I like this. All right. Peace. How's everybody doing out there? If you can, let me know how my audio's coming through. Let me know how my audio's coming through. I don't think that my microphone is working, so the audio may not sound how it usually sounds. But somebody let me know how my audio's coming through. I appreciate everybody that's tuning in and tapping in for this midday show, Coffee and Crypto with the Bitcoin Block Bully. But let me just make sure that my audio is working correctly before we get the ball rolling here. So if you can, if you're listening on Instagram, listening in on YouTube, any one of those, let me know how my audio's coming through. I think it could be better. Sounds good? Let me know if it sounds different then. Let me try something. I'm gonna try something different real quick. Hold on. I'm gonna try something different. Just let me know if it comes through sounding different. All right. So now I'm using something totally different now. Is there a difference between you hearing me before and you hearing me now, or is it exactly the same? Let me know if there's any difference to the audio from before and now. Let me know if it's if it's exactly the same. Chicago educated. What's going on, big homie? Cross 44. Peace. Good afternoon to y'all. Yeah, let me know if there's a difference in the audio. Now it's worse. Wait, it sounds a lot more crispy than usual. Wait, before or now? Now it's worse than before? Okay, hold on. So let me go back. Wait, more clear? See, I don't know. Someone said it's worse than before. Someone said it's more clear. Is it clear? Is it better now than it was before? Or was it better before? There's a difference. The first one was better. Okay. On Instagram, they said the first one sounded better before. Okay. Let me go back to that one then. Let me go back to that one. Hold on. Hold on. so this sounds better. This right here sounds better. Coming through the dough on both sides. This sounds better. Peace, peace, peace. What's going on, Miss Ashley? Just trying to get the audio right now. That's it. Just trying to get the audio correct. Making sure that I'm coming through clear so we can share this information. Okay. All right, it's coming through clearly. It's coming through clearly. How's everybody doing today? Y'all already know what it is. It's hump day, Wednesday, middle of the week. Taking a look at, small movements in the market, but we all know what's going on right now. We all know who the big gainers and the big winners are in the immediate, right? In the most immediate, right? This is what I really want to tie down and go over with individuals, because as we're looking at this, right? As we're looking at it, all the hype right now is gold, silver, right? Now, of course, they are moving, and they're moving counter to a lot of the crypto products, right? So where Bitcoin and Ethereum are kind of consolidating right now, which in my humble opinion should be an accumulation area, not financial advice in any way, shape, or form, right? But as we're seeing them slow down and see the precious metals take off, you really got to look at the broader picture. Yeah, in the most immediate, they're getting the big chunk of the news, the big chunk of attention. But when you look at the broader picture of it, right? If we look just going back 1 year, gold's only up 93%. Over the last 5 years, gold's only up 187%. Over the last 10 years, right? Over the last 10 years, right now, gold is only up 369%. I can find you cryptocurrencies is up more than 369% within a shorter time frame than that, right? So even though, like I'm telling y'all, even though you're seeing right now in the immediate, right? In the immediate, y'all seeing gold and silver really taking off, doing their thing. If we look at the broader picture, if we look at the big picture, right? Let's go take a look at silver real quick. And what I'm looking at is down here at the bottom. If you don't know, I'm looking at down here. Look, 1 year, 5 year, 10 year, right? 1 year, 5 year, 10 year. That's what we're looking at. If we go take a look at silver, right? Silver, even if we look at gold, all-time high, right? Gold's up 25,000%. Even all-time, gold's up 25,000%, right? From as long as they've been recording it. Now, if we take a look at silver, silver's up 8,000%. 8.6K, right? Over the last 10 years, it's up 688%. Beautiful. Over the last 5 years, it's up 347%. Over the last year, it's up 274%. Right? Now, if we take a look at Bitcoin, right? Focusing on Bitcoin first and foremost, over the last, what are we looking at? Come on now, I'm waiting for all the data to come in. Where's the data at? Why is it not showing me the data it's supposed to be showing me down here? Why is there a glitch? Hold on. We'll have to go look at it. But what we're looking at is a year, a 5 year, and a 10-year difference, right? So now if we were to go look at the price, right? If we were to go look at the price and put it on a yearly chart, right? Let's put it on a yearly chart. Every 12 months, all right? Every 12 months, okay? And then what we want to pay attention to and look at more so than anything is the last 10, 5, last year hasn't been so great, but if we go back 7, 8, this is 9. Over the last 10 years, Bitcoin's up 8,758%. Right? That's going back to, January 2017, really. If we go back to January 2016 and pull it to where we're at, we're up 22,000%. We're up 22,000%. Right? Once again, what we're doing is we're comparing this. In fact, let me go ahead and actually pull it over here real quick. Let me actually pull it over here, and then here what we're going to do is we're going to go back. So we can take a look at the There we go. There we go. Now it's showing it. There we go. There we go. So over the last 10 years, Bitcoin's up 23,000%, all time 823,000%, right? If we take, like I said, if we compare that to gold right now, gold's up 25,000% all time, 370% in the last 10 years, 187% in the last 5 years, and 93% in the last year. So if we go back and we take a look at, what is that? 370 over the last 10, 180 over the last 5. For Bitcoin over the last 5, it's 194. So you're still beating gold. Over the last 5 years, you're still beating gold, holding Bitcoin. Over the last 10 years, you're still beating gold, holding Bitcoin. All right, let's take a look at silver and compare this to silver. And I'm showing you all this for a reason. I'm showing you all this for a reason because a lot of times, especially individuals that aren't in early when they just step into the plate, you're Johnny come lately. Now, I'm not saying don't buy gold and silver. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that you missed your strategic advantage that you would have had. Even buying this a couple of months ago would have even been way more strategic than entering it now. Now, does that mean that it's going to start rallying? Absolutely not. When there's economic turmoil worldwide, hey, those that have it and those that know run to what they understand and what they're familiar with, and that's precious metals, gold, silver, palladium, copper. That's where you're seeing these different precious metals start to take off like they are. Once again, while the crypto market kind of cools off and consolidates, which in my humble opinion, once again, I think is an accumulation time, personally, you're going to see that rotation of capital from one over to the other. You're going to see that rotation of capital. Okay. If we look at silver in the last 10 years, you're up 690%. Not too bad. Over the last 5 years, you're up 348%. Not too bad. Right. Over the last year, 274%. Once again, not too bad, but still not beating the increases that you have with Bitcoin. So one thing you got to be careful of, right? This is one thing I'm going to tell y'all a couple of things that y'all want to be careful of, right? Number one, people promoting, hey, you should be getting gold, you should be getting silver, you should be buying this at kind of where we're at right now at the highest prices they've ever been. Number one, you want to watch out for people like that. If these same people weren't telling you to buy gold at $4,000, $3,000, $2,000, $1,500, silver at 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, but now they're gung-ho, hey, buy gold and silver, this is what you need to buy. You need to be careful with those type of people. You want to look for those that are trying to get you into things that are early so that you can really benefit off of the price exposure, off the price jumps that we're seeing right now. Because if you're jumping in right now, you're getting a couple of percentage here and there. But, I mean, and can it continue to gain? Yes. But once again, you've lost your strategic advantage. And that's what I'm all about, being able to give individuals a strategic advantage to enter into asset prices when I think is the best time, in my opinion, not financial advice, but when I think is the best time to enter those financial assets. Now, we're still going to talk about gold and silver. We're still going to talk about gold and silver because we're living in new times. We're living in new days, right? We're living in a new era. We're living in a new game where the doors aren't as closed as they used to be. Okay? Leon Rogers, what's going on? Hey, I appreciate you. Appreciate you locking in, too. Appreciate you locking in. 100%. Miss Lola Brown, peace, peace, peace. Soy Free, what's going on? Right? We're still gonna step on all this, take a look at all this, right? But what I do want to do right now is just take a look and see how Bitcoin's performing. I did call and say that I was looking for a bottom somewhere around the $85,000 level. If we look at it from a closing standpoint, we've recently got a double bottom at that level, right? A beautiful double bottom formation, in my humble opinion. And while you're seeing gold and silver and all those rally, right? I'm hoping that you're in a position where you're able to take some profits off the table and reallocate those profits, right, if you so choose, into those things that haven't yet started moving. Because remember, always remember this. You don't make the most money by jumping on the bandwagon. All right? You don't make the most money by jumping on the bandwagon. I want you to remember that. You make the most money on being early before people know that it's a bandwagon to jump on. Right? Like when you look at the crypto market, Bitcoin, Ethereum, right now, these things are not looked at as the top tier investments in 2026 from the layman or the average Joe. They're paying attention to what's pumping, what's running, meme coins, gold, silver, palladium, copper, right? But once again, like I said, you've lost your strategic advantage. Now, you do have within this new financial system that's being built over here, new opportunities, right? You do have new opportunities. And that's why I showed you all certain strategic or strategies that can be utilized right now. Like one of the best positions you can have, in my humble opinion, is having a gold and a Bitcoin liquidity pool position. A gold and a Bitcoin liquidity pool position. Let's look at something like that, right? Let's see what something like that means, right? What do I mean? A Bitcoin and gold liquidity position. What do I mean by that? Let's take a stop real quick. Let's take a run. Let's go take a look and see what I mean. All right. Let's look at some of the positions that we have available. All right. In this case, we want to focus on gold, which we can look at XAUT. We can look at Pax Gold. And if they got it here, okay, so they don't have the gold yet. Okay, so we do have silver. Okay, so silver not popping up right now as an option, but we do have Pax Gold. We do have XAUT. What I want to do now, is I want to actually look at these separately, right? See who do we have. So it's most likely going to be WBTC, CBBTC, right? Those are going to be the majority of the liquidity pool positions you're looking at or have available to you. So if we look at XAUT, right? And we look at what positions we have available for XAUT. We can see we can put Bitcoin with gold right here, right? And earn 9.86%. That's not too bad. Now, even better, right? This is something that I shared in my class. You got gold with iShares Silver Trust, right? Which is almost like an index of silver, earning 306% APR. Okay. Another one, earning 141% APR. That's gold and silver shares, right? But being able to capture price exposure to some of the world's major assets, combine them, and then get paid out passive income just from holding those two assets. What greater strategy out there is there? Somebody tell me. Somebody share. What's better than you being able to hold Bitcoin and gold, get paid more Bitcoin and gold, and be open to the price exposure of Bitcoin and gold? Am I sounding crazy? If Bitcoin runs historically after gold pumps, why is no one screaming accumulation? I've been screaming accumulation for the past couple months. I can't speak for anybody else, my friend. I can't speak for anybody else. I've been screaming accumulation. That's exactly what I'm talking about right now. Walking y'all through a strategy that you can use to accumulate, right? As capital rotates from gold into Bitcoin, Bitcoin into gold, you're going to capture the price exposure of both of them, but you're going to get paid passively in both of them. What's better than being able to trade each one than being able to earn in both of them, right? Somebody answer me that. Because everybody right now is just telling y'all how to buy gold, how to buy silver. Nobody's telling you how to earn gold or earn silver. I've been teaching y'all this shit for a couple of years now. Really trying to put y'all in a position that a lot of individuals ain't putting y'all in, right? Somebody answer me though. What's better than What's better than being able to not just hold Bitcoin and gold, but earn more Bitcoin and gold? Somebody tell me what's better than that from an investment standpoint. From an investment standpoint, right? From an investment standpoint. Then you have the ability, right? Then you have the ability to take your gold. Let's say you're just all in on gold, right? This is going to tie in. In fact, I'm going to save this because this is going to tie in. I'm going to save this. This is going to tie in. We got a couple of things we want to go over. A couple of things I want to share. As of right now, as long as Bitcoin is holding $85,000 as support, I am an accumulator of Bitcoin. I am an accumulator of Bitcoin. If we do lose that support at 85, I can see it south somewhere around $68,000 to $70,000. But as of right now, Above $85,000, I'm an accumulator of Bitcoin, just looking to break back above 83,000 and make our way north once again and try to close above $97,000, $98,000, right? And that's if we're looking to move north towards the 106, 107, 108 area. These are the things, these are the type of things that I'm looking for. Okay? These are the type of moves that I'm looking to play out. So now if we take a look here, put that back there, just at a weekly outlook, right? Utilizing one of my favorite tools ever, the Fibonacci, just because it shows you so much of what you need to see, right? It shows you so much of what you need to see. Let me clear some of this up. Let me turn these off real quick. So I want it to be a little bit more clearer. I want it to be a little more clearer. Let me get rid of that. There we go. There we go. Once again, this is my major support. This is my stop loss. Stop loss at 80,600, right? It's only at 8 from where the entry was originally at 88,000. It's only at 8.27% loss. So under 9%. I'm not even looking at taking a 10% loss. I'm not even looking to take a 10% loss here. Right now, if I'm looking at nothing more than a possibility of a 61.8% correction, even if we do tap this previous support level, back test it as resistance, and then retrace from there, I'm still looking at about a 23% gain that I could lock in. Right? I'm still looking at a 23% gain that I could lock in. Now, if we're able to dominate the 61.8 and take out 108 as resistance to flip it into support, the more the merrier. Then now we're looking at retesting, because I'm gonna tell you something. If and only if we can get past this level here, right? I'm looking for a run from here to back test our previous high, and then from our previous high, am I looking at somewhere between 138 to 154,000, right? Anywhere between here and here is fair game. Once we take out this, once again, anywhere between here and here is fair game only once we take out this area right here. But first and foremost, before we even get here, we got to take out this area here. And before we take out this area here, we got to get above our 236. So as of right now, the line in the sand to find support above $91,381. That's for me. This is not financial advice in any way, shape, or form. Please don't take it as any type of financial advice. These are my opinions and my opinions alone. But right now, what I'm looking at is a move above the 236, find a closure above the 236, and then we can worry about the first golden ratio, which is what? 98,000 to 108, rounded up to 109, right? Somewhere between 98,000 to 109,000. If we can dominate above this level, that's when I'm going to look to retest my previous high somewhere around 126. And then if we can take out our previous high at 126,000, then and only then, if we don't take it out, I'm not looking at this. Then and only then, if we can take that out and flip 126 into support, at that time, I'll be looking at somewhere between 140. We'll even round it up to 140. Why not? Somewhere between $140,000 to $154,000. In fact, we can even call it 155. So once again, just to give you the blueprint, as of right now, what am I looking for? I'm looking to hold on, what is my support? What's my major support? As long as I'm above $85,000, I'm accumulating Bitcoin. Right now, my stop is below 80,600, but as long as I'm above 85, I'm accumulating. Below 85, I stop accumulating, but I don't exit. I stop accumulating, but I don't exit. Okay, that's number one. Number two, I need to get back above and find support above $91,400. 91.4, my next level of resistance, my next obstacle, the next block we need to take over. We're talking street shit, right? Let's get past 91st Street. From there, then we can focus on the wild hundreds, right? Somewhere between 100 and 108th Street, right? For those that don't understand, that's 100,000 to 108, 109,000, 109th Street, right? If we can dominate and we can take over 109, take over 109th Street, then we can focus on 126. Might as well call it 127th, right? Getting off the E-way, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 moves, okay? 5 things that you're looking for. No, 5 things that I'm looking for to tell me what the possibility is going to be with price. All right? That's what I'm looking for. Hopefully this is making sense to y'all. Hopefully this is making sense. So just giving my technicals on Bitcoin before we move on with the stories. That's Bitcoin. Let's move on to Ethereum. I do like Ethereum. Let's take a look and see how Ethereum is faring out. I doubt that it's doing as good as Bitcoin, but let's see. We've got Ethereum on the weekly. In fact, you know what? Let me just draw up a fresh chart for y'all. Let me show you how they're supposed to be doing it for you. Let me show you how they're supposed to be doing it for you. Let me draw up a fresh chart. Let's do USDT. We can do Binance. That's cool. Binance is cool. We can get rid of whatever was previously here, right? First thing I want to do, I want to take a look at the monthly. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. What I see on the monthly is bullish, because I see an ascending triangle on the monthly. I know it's a macro picture. Right? But I can't help but see an ascending triangle on the monthly. I can't help but see an ascending triangle on the monthly. Right? Even if we are to use the wicks, let's say we're only going to use the body closings, then it tighten it up a little bit, right? You tighten it up a little bit. If you're just looking at the body closings, you tighten it up a tad bit, right? But nonetheless, though, you still have a huge ascending triangle. That's what I see, right? That's what I see. Thoughts on Fidelity stablecoin? I really ain't got no thoughts on stablecoins. Stablecoins are the government's way of transitioning regular folk over into crypto, right? Now, stablecoins are a big fucking deal. Let me say that. But for me to look like, oh, Fidelity made a stablecoin, I don't care. That shit ain't. Look, the only thing stablecoins can do for you is give you yield. That's it. Now, what does that mean, though, that Fidelity made a stablecoin? That means that the door's been open. I've been told y'all. They're not shutting the door on crypto. They're not shutting the door on blockchain. That's all that means. But as far as like, hey, what's the opportunity? What should we buy? I mean, maybe Fidelity, but I don't see the opportunity in a stablecoin, in my humble opinion. Now, this macro ascending triangle. This is a macro ascending triangle. It's been going since 2021, right? What does it give us? It gives us a target. This is a measured move breakout target if we can close above 4,500. This could take years to hit, but nonetheless, what is it telling us? It's telling us that if this move plays out the way that I've seen them play out in the past, of different sizes, different time frames, same structure though, it's telling us that Ethereum could go somewhere north of $17,245. I'm gonna repeat that as I put these visibilities on. Right, I'm gonna repeat that. This is telling us that Ethereum could go somewhere north of $17,000. Now I'm going to ask you all this as well. Who agrees? Who agrees? Who agrees that we can see Ethereum from where it is right now at $3,000, and we can see it at $17,000 later on down the flick, later on in the movie? How many? By a show of hands, how many of y'all agree with me? Hey, you know what else? Something I noticed too. I went back and tried to listen to one of my videos to make some shorts. I be yelling a lot, and I hate the way my fucking voice sounds. That shit sounds weird. I'm gonna keep trying to keep my voice calm. When I be getting excited and yelling, I be going back and listening. That should be sounding weird to me. So, anyways, but with a show of hands, right? What would catalyze such a move? It's just a chart pattern. See, you're looking and thinking it's gonna go straight up. This could take years to happen. Much like this. Much like it took from 2017 to 2020 for ETH to go into the quadruple digits, right? You went from 1,100 down to $100, and from $100 you went to $4,000, but it didn't happen overnight, right? And once again, what I'm looking at is a continuation and an outgrowth of a new financial system. We're still in the baby stages. In my humble opinion, we're still in the baby stages. We ain't nowhere far yet. You get what I'm saying? So this is years out. This could be 2030, 2033, right? It still stands that, ask yourself this. If you were buying Ethereum somewhere between $1,000 and $100, would you care about this volatility right here? You wouldn't even be thinking about it, because you got it between a stack and 100, and you're still holding it in or continuing to accumulate it. Right? So right now you're kind of like on the edge, like, oh man, it might drop some. It might. Hey, look, if you're thinking generational wealth, right, you got to stop paying attention to the everyday movements. Listen to what I'm telling y'all. And look, let me put this out there, y'all. I'm not no fucking expert. Let me just put this out there, because I want y'all to understand this. I'm not no expert. I don't have no degrees. I don't have no certificates in any type of financial or economic studies. I didn't go to school for any of this stuff. This is based off 100% my own research. So please take what I'm saying with a grain of salt, y'all. I don't come across like the Mr. Know-It-All. All I do is come across and share information that I like and I like to share. That's it. That's all. Right? That's it. That's all. But what I've learned in the last 7, 8, 9 years of me building my own form of what I like to call generational wealth. You can't look at the everyday. If you look at the everyday, you're not looking at the big picture, because remember, generational wealth means that you're planning for your children, your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren, and great-great-grandchildren, and further on if you can do it, right? So that means what happens today and what happens tomorrow is not going to matter for your children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. It's the big picture you want to look at. You get what I'm saying? If the big picture looks positive, then you rock with the big macro picture. If the big picture looks negative, then, I mean, you might be able to make something off the day-to-day plays, but if the big picture isn't positive, why would you rock with it, right? Hopefully this is making sense. Hopefully this is making sense, right? What do you think about U.S. oil meme coin dropping on the first? The U.S. oil meme coin been dropped. There's no coin dropping on the first. If you're thinking that U.S. oil coin dropped on the first, you're already late. It already dropped. And I really don't promote meme coins. In fact, I made a whole video. Let me show you. I made a whole fucking video about that meme coin. In fact, let me pull this up. Because I'm glad you even asked that. I'm glad you even asked that. That there goes even some of the misconception, misdirection of the information that gets shared out here. Hold on. Let me pull this up real quick. Let me pull this up. I just shared this on my page not too long ago. They want me to log in. Come on, Jeff. Hold on, y'all. Let me log in real quick. I don't know why they're making me do this, but hold on real quick. Let me just log in. Let me just log in real quick. Hold on. Give me 1 second. 1 second. I'm gonna be right back. I just want to log in real quick just so we can see what I'm talking about. Because I get those questions a lot. You know what I'm saying? I get those questions a lot. And let me say this too. What I share with y'all, I hope it doesn't come across as hate, like, oh, he's hating on dude, and dude wants us to be rich, and the bully's telling us don't fuck with it. It don't come across as hate. Or I hope it don't come across as hate. But what it is I understand how some of this shit sounds to new people, right? And I don't want y'all to take heed and be like, oh my God, man, let me hurry up and do this before this date and blah, 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 right? Let me tell y'all this. This is something I learned either in jail. I think it was boot camp when I learned this. Ain't no such thing as a free lunch. Where did I learn free lunches from? It was through some program, either a jail program or something like that. But it was there's no such thing as a free lunch. There's no such thing as a free lunch. You might get a nibble, a leftover, a throwaway every now and then, but there's no such thing as a free lunch. You get what I'm saying? I appreciate that, Soy Free. I appreciate that. But there ain't no such thing as a free lunch, though. So just always remember that. Let me see. Boom. Okay, now we can share. Hold on. Now we can share. Now what I want to go to is my profile. Here we go. Here it is right here. Hold on. And I don't know if y'all going to be able to hear it or not, but this was February 1st. Donald Trump's making millionaires and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da and all this other dumb shit. Let me tell you something. If y'all watching these 30-second, 1 minute, 3 minute clips about cryptocurrency, you're already coming at this completely wrong. You better find some sound individuals that are sitting here and able to talk to you intelligently for an hour or better and break down what you're looking at, why you're looking at it, what it means, versus, hey, this coin's going to pump because last time they did something, this happened. That's the dumb shit y'all want to stay away from, Joe. That's the dumb shit y'all want to stay away from. All right? So they're talking about USOR token. Let's take a look real quick. Let's see how that token. It might be back performing, but I know it went from a $100 million market cap, I think, down to like a $3 million market cap. You want to play with that? Be my guest. In fact, I told the individual that. Where is it at? Hold on. Here it is right here. Someone said you don't trust meme coins, right? I'm like, well, it just dumped from $95 million market cap back down to a $3 million market cap within an hour. So do you trust that? I don't. I don't trust that, right? And that'd be my whole thing. I'm just trying to put y'all in a better position. What do I think about copper? I'm currently invested in copper. In fact, I'm going to be tonight. I'm going to be doing I usually do classes, but the attendance for the classes haven't been, that good lately. So I'm gonna start doing just recording classes, but I'm recording the new precious metals tokenization class tonight because there's so much more that individuals need to know. And I'm gonna be showing you how to get exposure to copper a couple different ways. But let's see. Let's take a look at this USOR, this U.S. oil token that they said is backed by U.S. oil. That's bullshit, y'all. Don't listen to that stuff. Don't listen to that shit, y'all. Please don't listen to it. Here we go. Here we go, right here. Here it is. At a $6 million market cap. No, $22 million market cap now. Let's see. Hold on. Let's go to market cap. Yeah, is this the right one? This might not be the right one. Let me see. Hold on. I want to make sure I'm showing y'all the correct one. Hold on. I want to make sure I'm showing y'all the correct one. So give me 1 second. Let me look this meme up. There we go. U.S. oil. This is not U.S. oil, y'all. Don't be fooled by the name of this. This is not U.S. oil. This is a meme coin. 100% meme. Okay, that means gamble. 100%. No guarantee. No. All right. No, that is the right one. That is the right one. Let me see. So that's U.S. oil liquidity. 61K, 500K. This one's probably going to be better to look at. 19 days, 15 days. I'm looking at one that's been around for a while. This is probably going to be the best one to look at right here, to be honest with you. Yeah, so this is probably the best one right here. If we open it up, I mean, you can't even. I mean, look at that. Look at that. So this is the day. Let's look at this. Look at this. What day did I tell people to lead us along? What day was this? This was January 20th. All right, it's reading January 20th, right? That's the day I told, like, that's the day I made this video. Like, man, leave this shit alone. Don't, gamble if you want to. This is the 20th. This is when I told y'all to leave it alone, right? Now, look what happened. When it was pumping, people were telling me, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. It's pumping. Dude was right. We're all going to be fucking rich. And, if you took profit if you bought the very, very bottom and took profit at the very, very, very top within that 1 fucking hour, you might be right. But you know what happened after that? You hit $180.7 million market cap, and then came down to a $3.94 million market cap for a loss of $31.2 million worth of market cap. Is this is the oil? This the token y'all talking about? This what y'all want? This what y'all want to gamble y'all money on? This shit that y'all talking shit about me trying to keep y'all away from? Y'all mad I kept y'all away from this shit? I mean, let's be for real. Y'all mad I kept you away from this? Hey. But anyways, back to what I was saying. So with generational wealth, right? Generational wealth doesn't happen in a week. Doesn't happen in a month. It happens over time. And the focus has to be those that come after you, not yourself. You put yourself, let me tell y'all something. And it's kind of the same way in the streets. Well, leave the streets alone. Let me tell y'all something. You put yourself in a better position when you try to put those that come after you in a better position. Does that make sense? Do I need to say it again? You put yourself in a better position when you look at putting those that come after you in a better position. Does this make sense? By a show of hands, is this making sense? Thumbs up. Thumbs up if this is making sense. Any thoughts on WLFI coin? Another one that I really don't give two shits about. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I mean, can it make some wins? Let's see. Let's look at World Liberty Financial. Let's look at World Liberty Financial. Hold on. WLFI. Let's see if we can find it on the crypto market. Are they not going to have it? They're not going to have the index either. No, they're not. So let's look at World Liberty Financial on Binance. They usually got the better chart. All right. So right now, trading at 16 cents. Now, what I don't like about it is that you broke below all your major resistance right here and just turned it into support. If you look about right there, see where that support, resistance, 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 resistance. Now, you're looking like you want to break through the resistance, right? You're looking like you want to break through the resistance, right? Hold on. I spy with my little eye. Hold on. Because I spy with my little eye what appears to be an ascending triangle. Okay. We can mark that in, right? Right. Now, this is just technicals. This is not me. I believe in this coin. This is just technicals. I'm not really putting money in this. But that's just me, though. What? There we go. That's just me. Always remember, y'all, I put my money where my spirit tells me to put my money. It may be good opportunities out there that I'm not investing in, but who invests in every single good opportunity that's out there? You get what I'm saying? Who invests in every good opportunity that's out there? Right? What do you think about Zcash? I'm gonna go over some of this shit for y'all. I'm gonna go over some of this for y'all, because in fact, I shared this in the last class that I just had. The last class that I just had, I talked about this because I had a class on privacy coins. Just had it. And I talked about the Zcashes and everything, right? Let me explain something to some of y'all. First, let's look at this. So World Liberty Financial on a breakout gives you a move to like 26 cents. That ain't too bad from where you currently stand, which is kind of close to support. That gives you about a 60% move. I mean, if you were looking at entering with any type of stop below your previous lows, you're looking at less than a 9% loss for a possibility of a 60% gain. It's not too bad. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Like I said, just not my forte, though. It's just not my forte. Now, let's take a look at Zcash real quick. Let me show y'all something. Because people, oh man, what do you think about Zcash? Is that the one? Let me show you what I try to teach y'all and what some of y'all are trying to get to. Right? This is Zcash. This is Zcash. I'm gonna show you something. Hold on, I'm gonna show you something. Let me translate all this to English real quick. All right? Translate all this to English. There we go. Come on. There we go. All right. Now, what everybody's all gung-ho about, maybe the last year, here it is. Here it is. This big pump right here out of Zcash. Big old pump, right? But if you look at the max, this is what the real Zcash chart looked like, y'all. This is what the real Zcash chart looks like. You got this one little pump, people are going crazy, but what you don't understand is that Zcash ain't did shit since from 2022 to 2025. It's just starting to pump. You're not on nothing new. I'm trying to put y'all on new projects so you can be in the beginning versus trying to jump on the bandwagon, which if you weren't buying it during this period, this boring period, I wouldn't fuck with it. Y'all just got to understand the way that I look at things, yo. If I wasn't in early on a strategic advantage, I'm not going to fuck with it. I'm not going to jump on the bandwagon because now it's pumping. I missed the pump that I want to have. Does this make sense to y'all? Because I need y'all to really understand this. Is this right now? Oh, Zcash, you see how it pump? Yeah, the motherfucker ain't did shit for about 4 or 5 years though. So kudos to those that stuck with it, and for everybody that jumped on the bandwagon last minute. You made a couple of dollars, but you ain't make what the people made accumulating over the last couple of years. They're the real winners. They are the real winners, right? Not those that, oh man, Zcash is pumping. Should I go buy it? I mean, hey, go buy that shit if you want to, Joe. I'm cool. Right? I'm trying to put y'all in positions to whereas you can get in before all this craziness in the dumps, and you know what I mean? Y'all gotta understand the way that I come at this. YouTube ain't letting me drop a little donation. Talking about a random error code. Hey, don't even worry about it. Check it out. I appreciate you looking to drop a donation. And the first is coming up. Y'all got what? 2 more days. 2 more days. If you want to support me right now, I got 32 supporters. I got 20,000 followers. I got 32 supporters. I got 20,000 plus followers, 32 supporters. 10,000 on YouTube, 20,000 on Instagram. So that's 30,000 followers. I got 32 support. What's that? 0.001% of my follower support. But anyways, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/block Wall Street. In fact, I'm gonna drop this in the chat. There we go. So I just dropped that in the chat for anybody that wants to support me. Anybody that wants to show any type of affection, any type of love, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/Block Wall Street. Understand that my goal is to rebuild Black Wall Street using the blockchain. That's why I renamed it Block Wall Street for a number of reasons. All right. You wish Shiba Inu would pump? I don't wish none of this shit would pump because I don't get into positions that I wish something would pump. You get what I mean? And that's what I'm trying to get y'all away from. That's what I'm trying to get y'all away from, because too many people sit in something and say, man, I'm waiting for it to pump, I'm waiting for it to explode. And that's what people get accustomed to, waiting for something to explode versus looking for strategic entries on things like Brother Bolo just said are moving up and to the right. So will neobanks help or hurt Instadap and Aave? Or don't? No, neobanks are like Instadap and Aave, right? I just did a full class on neobanks. They're not going to hurt. They're going to appreciate. In my humble opinion. They're going to appreciate. Okay. But I will be having a free class for all my supporters at the end of this month, going into February. I do have a list of the emails when you guys make your donation, so I know everybody that donated. Hey, this right here was a good video. She said, thanks for the last What Bitcoin Did video you dropped in the Discord. That was a damn good video. Once again, that's buymeacoffee.com/Block Wall Street. I appreciate any and all support that I do get. Now, as we're moving forward, Steak and Shake added another 5 million in Bitcoin to its reserve as in-store sales grow 18%. Hey, look, I need somebody that eats meat to go to Steak and Shake with me so I can buy them a Steak and Shake Bitcoin burger, because I think they're giving away free Bitcoin when you do that, but I don't eat meat. They ain't got no vegan burger there. So let me see. Bitcoin burger, Steak and Shake, free Satoshis. Let's see. Yep. Steak and Shake is running a promotion offering $5 in free Bitcoin with the purchase of the Bitcoin steak burger when registered through the Fold app. The promotion also includes 210 sats donated to the Open Sats initiative for each meal sold. Hey, look, how long have I been telling some of y'all to open up the door for y'all to accept and integrate Bitcoin and stuff like that into y'all company? How long have I been telling you? Do y'all not see the move some of these companies are making? Y'all not see that? Look, Steak and Shake launched a Bitcoin treasury. I'm gonna ask again. Well, they're not letting me go there. I'm gonna ask again. How many of you have started your family Bitcoin reserve yet? By a show of hands and be honest. How many of you have started your family Bitcoin reserve? Let's be honest. They just added 5 million to theirs. I mean, at least add $50 today. At least add 50. You know what I'm gonna start doing? I know what I'm gonna have to start. I'm gonna have to start just doing promotions. Whereas, hey, everyone who started the Bitcoin Family Reserve at the end of the month, I'm gonna donate $50 to your reserve or something like that to get people more involved. Because I don't think enough people getting involved. Okay. Appreciate you, Bully, checking in from work. Salute. I appreciate you checking in, William Mack. I appreciate the support and the love I get from everybody. Right? I appreciate all y'all. But look, Steak and Shake added 5 million to their stack. How much have you added to your family Bitcoin reserve? Also, you can now set up one-on-ones with me. Right? You can now go to Block Wall Street. Oh, hold on. There we go. You can now go to blockwallstreet.biz. Right? And you can set up a Bitcoin, a consultation. First, get the introduction so you know what it is. And then when you're ready to jump down and really get moving, get the 3-hour session. All right? That's going to allow us to really move. Right? But just as an introduction to, kind of introduce you and your family to what it is, just get the hourly. Beyond that, though, get the 3-hour. Okay? If you have not yet started a Bitcoin family reserve, I don't know what you're waiting on. I don't know why you haven't. It's a must as we look moving forward into this digital landscape, right? Nearly 40% of U.S. merchants now accept crypto at checkout, says PayPal. By a show of hands. Good shit, Nico. Good shit. She says she has started her Bitcoin reserve. Hey, you're one of the most valuable players in your family. It's just me doing it, but it has to start somewhere. Hey, 100%. The fact that it's just you doing it, but you're calling it the Family Bitcoin Reserve lets me know where your mind is. Because you're doing it yourself, but it's for the fam. And I'm going to tell you something. You're going to get more blessings doing it like that. You're gonna get more blessings showered on you doing it like that. Right? Right? Now, by show of hands, how many of you out there right now accept cryptocurrency as a form of payment for your goods and services? For my business owners out there, or my hustlers. How many of y'all out there right now, right? I order steak and shake once a week. Hey, go get that bitty. Go get that Bitcoin. Go get that Bitcoin. But how many of you, by show of hands right now, the business owners, the hustlers, the ones that got goods and services, how many of y'all accept crypto as a form of payment for your current business? How do we create a Bitcoin reserve? I've been researching it, just a little confused. That's why I just told y'all I opened up the door for y'all to set up the consultations. It is no one way to go about it. It's so many different ways you can come at it, right? Depending on the size of your family, who's going to be involved. There's no one size fits all. Let me say that. How you want to structure it, there's no one size fits all. Do you want to bring it into the public? Do you want to keep it in the private? There's no one size fits all. Okay? It's hard orange pilling family for real. Hey, you ain't got to tell me. I've been trying to orange pill my family for the past 10 years. You definitely ain't got to tell me. I believe you me. I know it's hard. I know it's hard. Believe you me. I accept them for my cold pressed juice business. Good shit. Good shit. For a few years now. Okay, Mr. Sky's the limit. Okay. Said he's been accepting crypto for a few years. Let me see on the YouTube side who's accepting crypto. I do $1 a day as my family's Bitcoin reserve. Hey, that's beautiful. Who's buying into the excitement? What excitement? Because crypto ain't exciting right now. I'm buying into the boredom. That's what I'm doing. I'm buying into the boredom. But we can't yet forget what's going on in the world of tokenization. And this is something that I put out to my Discord earlier, right? Do y'all know how serious it is that they're tokenizing access to almost everything out here from an investment standpoint? Do y'all know how beneficial that is for the everyday Joe? That he can now get exposure to a number of the world's assets that at one point in time he wasn't able to just open up an app, click, and get it? Huh? The tokenization of stocks, bonds, precious metals. Y'all don't understand what's going on right now. Y'all don't understand what's going on right now. And how in 2000 and from 2000 and I'm gonna say, because we needed the advancement of DeFi. This is what I am gonna say. I'm gonna say from 2000. I'm gonna say from 2018 up until 2026. The ability for us to build generational wealth has never been this easy. It has never been this easy. The doors have never been this wide open. Have never been this wide open. I need y'all to understand that. The fact that you and every single individual in your family, regardless of age, as long as they're able to press the button on the computer, can get access to this new financial world, that changes the game, yo. Like, I don't know if y'all understand how much, but that changes the game. Such Brand, let me know when you got it. Let me know when you got it popping. Let me know when you got it popping. People got to block out the noise and pay the money attention. It's moving in slow like a turtle. Remember, the turtle won the race. Hey, I like that. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. The turtle did win the race. You're absolutely right. Slow and steady. Slow and steady. Keontae Verrett says, yo, Chicago, I'm in because of your guidance. My limit orders are set. I'm at my barbershop playing You Laugh for the People. May first payment in Bitcoin is coming soon. Hey, where you at? You in Chicago with the barbershop? Shout out to everybody that's tuning in right now. Hopefully what I'm saying is making sense to y'all, even those that may be tuning in for the first time, Joe. And what I'm about to go into, y'all really need to hear. Because like I was just saying, the doors have been opened that allows any of us to build generational wealth like never before. The fact that they're allowing you, because okay, one thing that this is doing, This is shelving. This is putting to rest the argument about gold. It's too clunky. It's too heavy. You can't travel with it. It's not a medium of exchange. Hey, look, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell y'all something. All those people, even some Bitcoin maxis, they're like, hey, you can't do this with gold. You can't do that with gold. Da, 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 da. Let me show you something. Let me show you something. When you open up the door to tokenization, you can do anything. You got gold token, silver token, platinum token, palladium token, copper token, right? It doesn't matter if you got $1, $5, $10. It doesn't matter if you need to take it from America to Australia to Alaska to Africa. It sits on a distributed ledger that's verifiable and trustless. Easily accessible to anybody as long as you have a smart device and internet access. The door's been kicked down, y'all. The doors have been kicked down. I didn't hodl, so I'm not interested in RWAs unless I can trade them on margin. Hell yeah, you can trade them on margin. I got an indexed position right now that I created, an index instrument where I'm invested in gold, silver, copper, and euros, but I'm short on that same index, Bitcoin and silver. And Bitcoin and Ethereum. And it's not the fact that Bitcoin and Ethereum got to go down. It's just gold, silver, copper, and euros got to outpace Bitcoin and Ethereum. And I'm doing it on I think I'm on 15 or 16x leverage right now. So no, hey, I understand. What are your top three go-to platforms when it comes to holding assets? Any good recommendations for decentralized platforms? Aave would be number one, in my humble opinion. Aave is number one. AAVE.com. Aave is number one. Number two would probably be Camino Finance. That's on the Solana blockchain. Camino Finance, and I'm focusing more so right now and keeping it focused on the banking platforms. Right, let me pull those up just so we can be familiar with what I'm talking about. So we got Aave, right? We got Aave, which you can run on a number of different networks, right? This is my number one go-to. Right now, they've paid out over $1 billion in interest. $1 billion in interest. Yeah, $1 billion. So yeah, Aave, Camino Finance. Right, Camino Finance, and I'm gonna have to say, I'm gonna have to say my number 3 protocol, right, and it's more so for me being able to gain exposure to future upside. It's got to be MortgageFi. Right? This one project right here, I don't see how more people ain't fucking with this, Joe. There's nothing. Listen what I'm telling you. I've been here since before DeFi was DeFi. Been here since before there was a DeFi, right? There's nothing in the decentralized finance sector right now that gives you a greater ability to build generational wealth right now with the major assets, that's Bitcoin and Ethereum, than MortgageFi. There's not one. And once again, y'all, these is my opinions. Somebody might be like, hey, fuck them projects. These are my opinions. So, take it with a grain of salt. But no, hands down though. Them my hands downs. Red, what's going on? Hey, the day that you hit me, I had just got into a accident. I was on bed rest. But we can get on the line later on tonight. There was a lot going on. We can get on the line later on tonight. Where I leave off at though? So yeah, hype price soars 58% amid exploding commodities trading on Hyperliquid. What is commodities? What are commodities? Commodities is RWAs, the tokenization of everything. And with it being on Hyperliquid, what does that mean? That means that you can get exposure to it. Press of a button. Now, what does this also do? This also gives you the other abilities, right? Other abilities for you to invest in projects that are surrounding this ecosystem. Okay. Now, would I buy this? As it pumped right here? Absolutely not. I don't buy pumps. Well, hey, for those of the part of the Discord, where did I tell y'all to get in on hype at? Right down here around $22, $21. I think the last couple of videos I did, we spoke about entries on hype and some of these other coins, right? We don't buy pumps. I don't wait for something to pump 58% and be like, oh, fuck, let me go buy that. Like, what? You crazy as hell. The ability for it to retrace from where it's at is way greater than the ability for it to keep pumping. I don't jump on moving trains. Let me put that out there right now. I don't jump on moving trains at all. I get on at the train station with the smart money and the common, the civilized folk, the knowledgeable folk. That's when I get on the train. I don't get on I don't try to jump on a moving locomotive like I'm a hobo trying to hitch a ride. I'm sorry. That's not the game that I play. Okay. So you pay monthly for 30 years towards the Bitcoin like a traditional mortgage. Exactamundo. In fact, I just shared on my page. I just shared y'all. Hold on, where's it at? I just shared with y'all. If I can get to it. Maybe it's. How do I look at my? Is it under my reels? No, it wouldn't be under my reels. I don't know how to look at this on this thing. Interesting. I don't know how to do it. I don't want to go to the lab. I just want to look at my different. I'm gonna pull up the lab. But I just shared how you can get a $500 mortgage right now for $10 down and $35 a month. Now you got to think if Bitcoin goes from where it's at now to $1 million, that's like a 10x. That $500 mortgage that you're paying for, if Bitcoin goes to $1 million, you're paying a $500 mortgage on a $5,000 position at that point. If that makes sense. Right? You have like a 30-year option with equity. Yeah. Good take, full circle. Good take. Morpho operates on BNB base. Yeah, a lot of these are multi-networks. now. A lot of them. As a Chicagoan, I'm surprised you don't trade futures. I do trade futures. What are you talking about? I trade futures contracts almost like, what are you talking about? I trade futures. I've been teaching people how to trade perpetual futures on the blockchain for like 3, 4, 5 years now. So you might be new to this page, J Nice Mint. You might be new to my YouTube or something like that, but you gotta be, because you know that I trade futures and been showing people how to trade futures for years. He said, as a Chicagoan, I'm surprised you don't trade futures. Fuck, I've been showing people how to trade options and futures on the blockchain for years. So no, I've been doing futures. So like I said, you might be new. Hey, salute, welcome. Just sit back. Hey, sit back. Take your time, right? I've been doing this since 2017. Strictly blockchain crypto, right? I left Forex and all that shit to do this, right? I left all that to do this. So call back. I'm new. I heard you say you don't trade in one of your streams. No, I said I don't trade traditional markets. That's what I said. I don't trade on Webull. I don't trade on Robinhood. I don't trade on what we used to trade, Meta Signal. No, what was it? Meta. Damn, what it used to be called? Meta. What we said? Meta Signal. I think it was Meta Signals or something like that. I don't trade on none of that shit. I trade complete smart contracts, whether it's options, whether it's futures, any of that. Don't you have a video? I got multiple videos on it. Multiple classes on it. Yeah, Black Ice. Multiple classes on it. But yeah, I trade futures though. I trade futures. Been trading futures for the last couple of years. So nope, nothing new. Nothing new at all. Nothing. I mean, what we're talking about right now, these are futures contracts. Like when we're saying you're trading commodities on Hyperliquid is a futures contract platform. They're derivatives. These are futures. So you just gotta sit back, take it all in. Scroll through my page, you know what I'm saying? Soak in what you can. Okay. And hey, we're living in good times right now. When you can get exposure, not only exposure, right? Not only exposure, but also use as collateral to get even more exposure, right? Because I mean, I can do something like this. I can do something like this, right? I can go to Fluid. MetaTrader, that's what it was. MetaTrader. That's what it was. You trading platinum on Bing X? That's decent. That's decent. But I can go to something like Fluid, right? And I can say, hey, well, I want to buy me an ounce of gold, 2 ounces of gold, whatever the case may be. I want to buy an ounce of gold and I want to borrow from it, right? I can come over here to Fluid, right? And I can combine Pax Gold with XAUT and get a LTV of 75% with a liquidation threshold of only 80% and earn 2.22% while only having a borrow rate of 6.4% or 4.3% or 4.8%, depending on what I want to borrow, right? Depending on what type of TVL I want to interact with. So now I can put in an ounce of gold in here, right? Ounce of gold, what right now? $5,000. Remember, I was telling y'all to buy the shit when it was $1,500. Anyways, I put an ounce of gold in here, 5,000. Draw down, let me not even do 50%. Let me not even do 50%. Let's do, in fact, it's really 5,300 right now. So we'll say $1,600, right? $1,600. I can buy an ounce of gold, place it in here, borrow a 30% LTV, take that 30% LTV somewhere like hold on. Here we go. Take it somewhere like Pear Garden, right? Remember that's $1,600. Now, there's a couple different things you can do. I could take that 16 and I could hedge my gold position if I think the value of gold is going to come down, where I can put in a short position on gold with leverage, which adds up to the same ounce I just put in there. Or, man, so many different things you can do, Joe. Like, I can even leverage that position and get paid passively now. So not only am I getting paid the interest there, I took in that 1,600 and I've supplied it as moving capital, as working capital, right? So let's say I want to come over here and I want to put, hold on, here we go. Let's say I want to put copper. Let's say I want to put platinum. Let's say I want to put, hold on, they might have gold. And let's just say silver, right? So I got the big four. And then I could short that against something like, let's just say, I think Trump coin is going to be a piece of shit. I could short all of that against Trump, right? We can add Trump, and let's say something else like who else is a piece of shit? I mean, let's say that we think Robinhood or Meta's going to go down. I can long copper, platinum, gold, and silver against Trump and Hood, right? What's a good non-KYC platform? Everything that I use is non-KYC, so I don't know what you mean. DeFi platforms don't ask for KYC, not the ones I use anyway. So just any DeFi platform. What I'm showing you right now doesn't ask for KYC. You can come over here and do everything that I'm showing you right now. Now, another reason you got to look at the value of gold and silver going up. With them tokenizing it, y'all got to understand that just opened up the door for what? $6,157,739,157 to come into the gold and silver market, but through tokenization. This is another $6 trillion to put on whatever's in that market already. Do y'all understand? Brother Michael, what's going on? Big salute to you. How you feeling, bro? How these cold days been treating you, man? I know you and brother Boogie work outside. How them cold days been treating you? Hey, look, I just want to ask y'all, is what I'm sharing making sense? It's having issues? Hold on. It ain't having no issues with me. I'm on Remora right now. It's not having any issues. Not for me. And it's remoramarkets.xyz. You got the wrong website. It's remoramarkets.xyz. You got remora.markets. That's the wrong website. It's remoromarkets.xyz. You got the wrong URL. Who is that? I am the throne. You got the wrong URL. Wrong URL. But yeah. Like I said, I just wanted to come. I wanted to come through. I wanted to come live. Just, get y'all in the spirit, what I'm looking at, what I'm expecting, the way I'm operating, what I'm looking forward to. The DeFi Flywheel introduction book is going to be available within the next week. I'm just putting the finishing touches on it. Make sure there's no repetitiveness in it. Just really reading it over myself. It's almost 100 pages, so it's taking me a minute to go through and read the whole thing. It's different when you're writing something than when you got to go through and proofread everything that you wrote. Totally different. Totally different. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate the patience that everybody has waiting for that book to come out. And yeah, like I said, I'll be dropping the gold and silver tokenization platinum class tonight. Like I said, I'm doing a deeper dive than what I already did. I may revisit some of what I did as well, but I'm going to be doing a deeper dive. That's going to be available later on tonight, maybe tomorrow morning. Been off, about to get back to it. Okay. Oh, you've been off? Okay. Taking a little break. Cracking. It's cracking on KYC. Yeah, hell yeah. I just told you, just use, while y'all trying to use hey, look, if you want to know how to get into crypto, let me put y'all up on something, because I see what you're trying to do. Look, you want to know how to get into crypto without having to go through all that KYC? I'm going to show you something. Real quick. Go check out. I mean, you ain't got to. You 100%. You ain't got to. You can just go do the research. There's ways you can do it, but you can go check out my class. What do you really know about privacy on chain? And I'm gonna give you a way to get into crypto. No KYC. What do you really know about privacy on chain? It's gonna tell you how to get into crypto with no KYC. So it's up to you if you grab it, though. I'm not pushing it on you. The information's out there for everybody. But yeah. I appreciate everybody that was able to tune in, tap in. I appreciate that, Queen. I appreciate that. I appreciate everybody that was able to tune in, tap in, get the information. Look, if you missed this live, please go back and listen to the live. That's the one thing that I like about my lives is the information that I share, because I know there's nobody out there bringing it the way that I am. And that's not me tooting my own horn. That's me hearing a lot of the shit that people share to my DMs, my inboxes. Hey, have you heard this? Have you heard that? A lot of that shit is bullshit to me. Look. Drown out all that bullshit and just come listen to the bully. Just come listen. Look, I'm going to have you in on real estate. I'm going to have you in on land. I'm going to have you in on commodities. I'm going to have you in on bonds. I'm going to have you in on stocks. I'm going to have you in on cryptos. I'm going to have you in on passive income. I'm going to have you in on so much more than what everybody else is offering if y'all just open y'all eyes and understand what it is I'm trying to give y'all, Joe. Because I'm going to be honest with you. Nobody, very rarely does anybody really see what I'm really trying to share with y'all. Because when people are like, oh, well, I want to do Forex. Can you show me how to? It's like, bro, you can do that over here. Oh, I want to invest in real estate. Can you show me? It's like, bro, you can do that over here. Oh, I want to get gold. Can you show me what? Bro, you can just do that over here. Like, the blockchain is replacing the avenue in which you're able to do a number of different financial things, should I say. Can I drop the link? The link on what? Your book is done, fam. What link, or is it on your website? Oh, the book. My fault. Let me see. Is it? Let me see. Where would it be at? I think it's on the books. Yep, ebooks. Let me see. So this is the pre-order for the DeFi Flywheel. But I do have other books available. But this is for the pre-order. So if you want to pre-order that book, right here, reserve your copy today. Hit Block Wall Street. I gotta take this out. This is wrong. It's not blockwallstreet.io no more. This is wrong right here. Don't click on this. That's wrong. You're shadow banned because my notification that you were live did not alert me, nor did I get a DM notification from you. Wow. I mean, that's why I created a new page. But look, they didn't let me go. They ain't let me go live on the new page though. You know what I'm saying? They ain't let me go live. So it's like, damn, I got to go live on the old page until that. Hey, look, that's what I need, y'all. I need y'all to go follow my new page, because unless I get enough followers, I'm not going to be able to go live from over here. So go follow my new page, The Real Natoshi Stackamoto. Not Satoshi Nakamoto, The real Natoshi Stackamoto. That's NATOSHISTACKAMOTO. Go follow my new page. Go follow my new page. Drop the link. Let me see if I can drop the link. Oh, yeah, I can't share. Copy link. Here we go. I can't share it. Bam. Here we go. Let me drop it over here real quick. Which bubble map do you say may do airdrops? Oh, the 360 right here. Coin 360. They got their own swap now. I would use it personally. What effect does the delayed Clarity Act have on crypto? What effect does the delayed? It delays certain regulations, but like I said, that's immediate. I'm not looking at immediate. Them delaying it doesn't mean anything to me. They're going to end up passing it once they fix whatever provisions they have. My outlook is always 5 to 10, 50 to 100 years. So to me, very little effect, in my opinion, in the way that I operate, in the way that I invest. Always great information for the people trying to do something different and set up their finances and family. Thank you. I appreciate you, Tamika Green. I appreciate you tapping in. Hopefully you was able to catch the whole show. If you weren't, please go back and watch the rest of the show. I think it was a very well put together show, if I do say so myself. I do think so. And there goes my link to my new Instagram page for those that are on YouTube. You can copy and paste that, I guess, maybe. When I follow you, it asked me to double check your account and make sure I wanted to follow you. I've never seen that before. That's because they're banning me now. They're saying I'm a scammer. I mean, it is what it is. I can't. Have I ever scammed any of y'all? Have I ever scammed anybody? They're saying I'm a scammer because of the information I share. So now they're warning people, and I can't follow people either. If I try to follow somebody, it says you can't follow them, but we're going to alert them that you want to follow them. That's what they're telling me now. They're going to alert people that I want to follow them instead of allowing me to follow them. So I'm banned all across the board right now for some weird reason. So that's why I made a brand new page so I can try to, get a little bit of freedom. But hey, at the end of the day, it really is what it is. Yo. They're not going to stop no show. Not over here. Not over here. And with that being said, I appreciate everybody that was able to tune in, tap in for the midday show with Coffee and Crypto with Natoshi Stackamoto. Until the next one, peace, power, and prosperity, family. I am out of here. Don't forget, we got the class at the end of this month. Don't forget, if you want to support, if you haven't supported, right? Well, no, not if you haven't, because I don't do that. If you want to support, not if you haven't, you need to support. No, if you want to support, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/Block Wall Street. Once again, I appreciate any and all support that I do get, and I will be having a class for all of my supporters, right? So all those that do support me, I will be having a class. I do have access to all your emails, so I will know who showed me some type of support. They're doing that all financial trading accounts. They're doing that all financial trading accounts, even on Threads. I don't know what that is. Financial trading account. I don't know what that is. But yeah, everybody have a good one. Until the next one, peace, power, and prosperity, family. I am out of here. You got to accept my request on my new IG. Okay, I probably thought it was a scammer. Brother Michael. I got you. Okay, I appreciate you, Mr. Mika. I appreciate you. Yep. To the next one, peace, power, and prosperity, family. We are out of here.